My name is Pat Phillips. I live at 62 South Payne Street. And I would like to commend the City Council. I attended the review session where they discussed the parking meter issue, and I was impressed that not only Mr. Prohl, whose bailiwick it fell under, but also all the rest of the City Council members had very pertinent information and had looked up things, and I was very impressed with the amount of research that had been done on seemingly a fairly minor issue.
Yeah, William Laux, 385 West 5th Street. I agree with Mr. Arnold that I think the city did an excellent job clearing the streets from the snow. Okay, however, last week I brought to everybody's attention the short yellows. It's entrapment. You really need to refund these people's tickets. If you're below the TEM, which is unsafe, you're entrapping people. When you have a short yellow, you have a lot of tickets. When you increase the length of the yellow duration, the tickets almost disappear. That's entrapment, in my opinion. Oh, and as far as the Chillicothe Gazette having to leave the pretrial, yes, indeed, they did have to leave the pretrial because I was there. And I also heard Judge Martin address Tony Eddy, saying that this is not Russia. The city needs to review its policies. I've been requesting information from the law director's office, the engineering department, and the police station, and all I'm doing is getting a runaround. First of all, there was a appeals hearing last Tuesday. It was the first appeals hearing that they had videotaped. I requested a copy of that. Haven't heard anything from anybody. Tony Eddy doesn't even answer my emails. The other information I was asking from the engineering department is yellow light durations at the 6 intersections, all red light durations at the 6 intersections, widths, the widths of the intersections. They were well established before red flex came to town. Thank you very much.
I know we probably don't have much time. I'm Connie Ingram. I'm from 1060 South Fayette Street in Fayette County. And I just have some concerns that were brought to me this week to ask. And that is, there was a question brought up to Mayor Saltzer at one of the council meetings, and he answered it to the best of his ability about the extra $20,000 that was paid out of taxpayer monies for Law Director Eddy because she could not handle the legal issue that was at hand. The question is to the taxpayers want to know, is that $20,000 coming back to them out of her salary since she could not handle her complete job? Another question is, I've heard repeatedly that, and in reviewing the tapes of council, that saying just obey the law. If you just obey the law, everything will be all right. But, citizens don't know what law to obey. When they say Mr. Cross's students that are exempt from it because if they get a ticket, he has to pay it. Or when they see other people they're exempt for it. So what law do we obey? The ones that are just for special people or the ones that say they're the law for the American people?
I'm William Barnhart, 373 McKellar Street, homeowner, taxpayer, registered voter. I have a couple of questions. I was going to pay my taxes this Friday, city income tax, and I called the office and wondered if I could pay with a debit card. Nope. And I was just wondering why the auditor's office can't implement this, because it looks like it would save time and trouble and get the money into the city's account a lot quicker than somebody writing a check or a money order. And I have another question. When I went to Book World at 1 o'clock this afternoon, I noticed that the street lights on Water Street from Paint Street to Walnut were lit up. Is there a special reason for this? I mean, it's taxpayers' money just being burned up for nothing in broad daylight. And I'll just make one little statement. I think our elected officials should take a little time before they make statements to the Chillicothe Gazette and on the radio, because I guarantee you, as a taxpayer and registered voter, I have a right to complain about any ordinance that's passed or any way the city spends the taxpayers' money.
Anyone else want to address council this evening? Okay, we are going to move on. Old business. Council members, any old business this evening needs to be discussed? Mr. Bonner?
Thank you, President Schultz. Our old friends, the deer, with the deer issues, is there any reports on how many deer was actually harvested in the city urban hunt? Do we have that information yet?
I don't have that.
I'll try to see if I can find that and pass it on. People are interested in that.
Kind of waiting till the end of the season. It's just not done yet.
Do we have a date for that end of the season?
No, I'm not sure when that is either.
Okay, so,
That's in the hands of the game warden and the police chief.
all right, thank you very much.